Welcome to part 3 of the Jeffco Public Schools explanation of the CogAT score profile. In this video, we'll be looking at the overall ability, which is the stanine scale, and percentile rank. When you look at the CogAT ability profile, you will see a number, which is the stanine, the profile, which is a letter, and your student may or may not have a relative strength or may not have a relative weakness. You will find this down in very small print on your CogAT student profile. So these components of the score profile show the overall ability, or the stanine scale, the score profile, which is the A, B, C, or E letter you see next to the number, and a relative strength or weakness if your student has one of those. So when we think of stanine scales, what we need to look at is we need to think of the bell curve. Right? A stanine score is a way to scale scores in a 9-point scale. It can be used to convert any test score to a single-digit score, which makes the data easier to understand and be used by educators. We look at a stanine score for an overall profile. We look at it in the age and the grade groups. We look at percentile ranks, and we use it for broad grouping. So on the overall ability, the stanine scale, what we're looking at is the stanine 1 is well below average, 2 to 3 is below average, stanine 4 to 6 is average, above average is 7 to 8, and well above average is the stanine 9. So again, here's your bell curve. And what we need to remember is that on a bell curve, 5 is average. Okay? 5 is average. So any score 5 or above, okay, or is strong. Okay? Percentile rank. This is the percentage of students in the same age or grade group whose scores fall below the score obtained by a particular student. An age or a grade score of 50 is considered average. So again, on the stanine scale, okay, that 5 or that 50 is right there in the middle. So how do they get that stanine score for the profile? The scores on the 3 batteries make up a student's profile. A score profile consists of 2 basic parts, the middle stanine score and the score type. So in this instance, our example, we have the 4 is the stanine score, and then we have the score type is the C, and then they have a quantitative plus, a nonverbal weakness. So each of the 3 batteries, the verbal, quantitative, and nonverbal, receives an individual stanine score. The middle stanine score is obtained by finding the middle score among the 3 battery stanine scores. If a student earned a 3, 4, and a 5 on the 3 batteries, then the middle stanine score would be a 4. So just another way to look at it, we have a verbal score of a 6, a quantitative of 3, and a nonverbal is an 8. So the middle score out of the 3 of these is a 6. The composite score is not used to determine the median stanine score. They just take the verbal, the quantitative, and the nonverbal scores, and out of them, and the middle score is then used as the profile score. So when we look at this on your student profile report, you have 2 different sections. You have an age score for your student, and this score is very accurate to your student's age. So second graders tend to be 8 years old. So they're going to look at them in about 3-month chunks. So 8 months, 0, 2, and 3, all those students across the country who are 8, 0, 1, 2 are all scored together. Students who are 8, 3, 5, 4, 5 are scored together. 8, 6, 7, 8 are scored together. Okay? So, and that enables a very accurate looking at your student and their abilities at that age group. Because we know that students can be a variety of ages when they are in school. My personal children are on the older side. They turned 18 in October of 2024. So Most of their friends, however, aren't turning 18 until the spring of 2025. So if we were to score them on CogAT, my children who are 18 would be scored against 18-year-olds with in the same 3-month range. While the 17-year-olds, their friends, would be scored against 17-year-olds. So that's one of the ways that CogAT works really hard to give us accurate data, because we know kids are in different ranges and different ages in each grade level. And so they really look at that age score. But we also look at the grade score. And so you'll see that on your student's ability profile as well. And so you'll see the verbal, quantitative, nonverbal, see the number of items, the number attempted, the number correct, and then their grade scores. And so this is against all second graders, right? It doesn't matter what their age is, it's against their grade. So grade stanine is here, is an 8 and stuff, and the percentile rank. So that's the difference, is grade is against all second graders, okay? Age is very drilled down onto their exact age. So they may be 7 and 11 months. They may be 7 and 4 months. So they're going to be scored against kids with that same age profile, versus in the grade, it's just against other second graders, which is a bigger, broader group of students. Okay. So when you look at your CogAT ability profile example, remember your stanine is your number, your profile is your letter, right? Relative strength and relative weakness may be there if your student has that. Okay, this is the end of part 3, overall ability and percentile rank. In the next video, we will go over how to look at the letters.